Hey there, welcome to PhD Weekly. This is a weekly series where I go ahead and reflect on my past week in grad school, sharing with you a lesson or idea that I'm implementing or learning, as well as a feelings update and then a highlight or stressor for the week. I'm a first generation college student pursuing my PhD in quantitative and computational biology or biosciences, QCB. And so my goal is to really share the lessons that I'm learning with you. For this week, I'm focused on prioritization. My issue is trying to juggle between homework assignments, studying for exams, reviewing lectures that I'm not too strong in yet, or having to write, work on presentations, all these different tasks you're having to juggle. I'm going to go ahead and share with you how I go about prioritizing all these different tasks. But first, feelings update. Overall, I'm feeling overwhelmed. I have a lot of different tasks to get done. There just happens to be a lot of deadlines happening at the same time too, which is what's also adding to this just need to prioritize, need to just get things done and just get it done in this very short time frame. And so I'm just going to go ahead and share with you my overall prioritization strategy. Now, of course, I'm in my second term. So where I'm doing my PhD, Baylor College of Medicine, they have 5 terms throughout the school year. It's 5 8-week terms. So we're just now starting term 2. So term 1 felt good. Yes, it was an adjustment, but where I had to learn how to prioritize. But now I feel like term 2, there's even more of I have to now redefine what it is to prioritize. I think term 2 for the computational biosciences is the hardest term out of all 5 terms because it's when we finish up, we're still working on our sort of like gen ed classes, but for like grad students, on top of now starting our advanced computational methods class as well. So it's a lot of classes happening at the same time. Next term, we don't have to worry about the general education classes and we can do more of the classes that we get to pick that we're more interested in. Anyways, how do I go about actually prioritizing what I need to get done? So I want to go ahead and share my system with you. I found this really helps me still both getting things done, but also utilizing the bullet journal method that I like to use, but also just feel effective throughout the day. So, okay, how does it go? Take a notebook or piece of paper. I would recommend just no tech because you're going to get emails, you're going to get messages, and you're going to be distracted. Your attention is going to be pulled in so many different directions. So just get a notepad or a piece of paper and just start writing down every single task you want to get done for today. Ideally, you're working on this in the morning, but let's say whatever you want to get done in the next 24 hours or the next week. Just start writing it down. Once you have all the tasks you might want to get done, like in a sentence or in a phrase, nothing too crazy, usually one is going to pop out to you. What you do is it's going to depend on either the deadline that task is due by, as well as you can think of it like energy. Maybe you lightly already started working on a particular task and you want to continue building that momentum. So you just want to keep following that energy. Great. Go for that. Whatever pops out for you, go ahead and just circle that one once you've read everything and you're prioritizing that one. Now, you circle that specific task and focus only on that task and nothing else. Nothing else matters except for that next hour, 3 hour, whatever block you have before your next class or your next meeting or whatever. Focus on getting that task done. Doesn't even matter if it's just an email, whatever. Focus only on getting that task done and block out only time for that one task. Why? You're going to put all your attention and energy into getting that task done. And so hopefully you get that task done even faster because you put in all your time and energy. You're in that sense of flow that you actually enjoy that process. And of course, if you get the task done in 5 minutes and you still have another 2 hours, great. You can now go ahead, look at your list again, cross that out, and just circle the next most important thing. But why do I say circle the most important thing first? Circle the thing that is of highest priority first. If that is the only thing you get done in that time block and the rest of your day's time is taken from you because you have classes, meetings, life, whatever, you at least got the most important thing done, the thing of highest priority done first. So like that, the rest of the day is easy. You got the hardest thing done. Tomorrow, you can reset to now get the next highest thing done if need be. So if that is the only task you got done for the day, you can still feel accomplished, you can still feel like you achieve something for the day. So that's why I always recommend just prioritize getting the most important thing done first. Don't worry so much about like how much time you need to get it done. Just focus on getting the big thing done first. And maybe you're thinking like, oh, Ryan, like this task is going to take all week or several months. Then break it down into even like smaller tasks that you can get done and work on right now. I learned the one thing concept and one thing idea from the book called The One Thing. This is by, who's it by? Let's see. I learned the one thing by Gary Keller and Jay Papasan. So that's the cover. I like using the actual hardcover book because it's a domino. So whatever that one task is, that should be the one thing where you just, it's your leading domino to now build momentum and energy for the rest of the day. Now, one thing to keep note when you're working on your one thing, I learned this from The Creative Act, A Way of Being by Rick Rubin. The main idea is no matter your craft, no matter your art, or in this case, no matter the task you're trying to achieve, no one cares how long it took you to get it done. What do they care about? All they care about is, did you get it done? That's it. They don't care if it took you 1 hour or if it took you 24 hours. Did you get the task done? Is task done? That is all that other people actually care about. Make sure you're using your time as effectively as possible in terms of don't worry so much about adding 5 hours just to add this one little thing. Make sure you just put in as much time as you can to be prepared, be a little proactive, and dedicate sufficient time so you can get into a state of flow to just accomplish the task at hand and push yourself to really get that task done within the scheduled time you have. There have been homework assignments where I'll sort of try to rush it at the end, but at least I got the main 80 to 90% of the task done. So that even if I have to go to class or whatever, I got most of it done. And if I need to, I can reprioritize the next day or later in the day. But you focus on getting whatever was this big thing, you got most of it done in that small window. Use that to your advantage of, it doesn't matter if I put in an hour or 10. What matters is how prepared you are, how close are you to getting the thing done. That's it. That's all that matters. Just put in the time that you specifically need. Because for me, I feel pretty good in genetics, but things like molecular biology, I need a little more time in. Whereas you might be able to knock out molecular biology in 10 minutes, great, but maybe you need a few hours on genetics. So you got to find the time and the flow that works best for you, depending on the task you also have to get done. So that is really how I go about prioritizing the different things I need to get done. My highlight for the week was the BRASS dinner that I had. So BRASS stands for Baylor Research Advocates for Student Scientists. Really, the mission is the pursuit of excellence in biomedical research and really connecting the community together with translational research. I got to meet all the different members of the BRASS community, share dinner, share stories together. So I really always enjoy connecting with the community, connecting with others. And then a stressor for the week, really just realizing how many different things I have done. I think the biggest stressor in terms of like the biggest stressful task I have, it's really just the GRFP. So that's a graduate research fellowship program. And it's normally a grant aimed for second years in their PhD. But for whatever reason this year, they decided to change it to only first years can apply. If you know anything about like PhD programs, there's like two ways when you enter a PhD program. You can either do direct to entry, where after you interview and you go to that school, you have a researcher or mentor you work with, or you have the rotation route where you join the PhD program and you have a year where you get to rotate in 3 to 5 different labs around the institution before you lock in and pick your lab. And so with this, because I don't have a lab or mentor picked yet, it makes it a bit more difficult in terms of what project am I going to propose and just applying for the actual grant for the fellowship itself. So just trying to navigate that on top of all the other things I got to get done in terms of grad school. So I think that's been like the most stressful. But again, just trying to enjoy the process. We'll see if I even do end up applying because right now I'm just trying to prioritize, again, classes and writing and presentations and whatnot. So definitely, it's been fun. Definitely getting to reassess my prioritization skills and just getting things done at a more extreme level. So always grateful for the opportunity, even though sometimes it'd be nice if I could just focus on the only task, like let's say homework. But no, that's grad school. It's just a long career of having to figure and juggle 10 to 20 different things out. So that's the life. Love it anyways. Happy to be here. Anyways, so that's how I go about prioritizing my day to day, or really my week at hand. If you have your own system, comment down below, share with me. I always enjoy hearing from you guys. I really hope you enjoyed today's episode. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Take care.